What up, YouTubers? I'm back with another video, here to talk about Snoop releasing his second album on Death Row Records, The Doggfather. This is another classic, but I know a lot of people said it wasn't really the super overall greatest, but shoot, this is still a classic. From 1996 of November 12th, happy 28th anniversary to this classic, and I'm still listening to it. It's got some hitters on here. It's got the title track, The Doggfather, Ride For Me, Up Jump the Boogie, that's one of my favorites. My mom loved that one too. I also love the Vapors on here. That's actually Biz Markie's original song, but Snoop remade it. Both are great, including Snoop Bounce, When I Grow Up, Freestyle Conversation, the intro, of course, You Thought, Tear 'Em Off, Me and My Dogs, Gold Rush, Group B, 2001, 6 Minutes, OJ, Wake Up, Snoop's Upside Your Head. That's supposed to be the spinoff as Gap Band's Oops Upside Your Head. And Blueberry, Traffic Jam, Doggyland, Downtown Assassins. So yes, this was his actual final album at the time, but then, he required Death Row Records and now is in charge. So anyways, after the success of his debut, he was arrested and charged with murder in 1995, and he spent time preparing for the case that went to trial. But on February 20th of 96, he was cleared of all charges and began working on his second album without Dr. Dre providing work as a record producer. So this was Snoop's final album on Death Row until 2022, when he acquired the rights to the record label trademarks from MNRK Music Group, releasing back on Death Row the same year. This would also be his last album under the moniker Snoop Doggy Dogg before it was shortened to Snoop Dogg. Recording sessions took place from February of 96 till October of 96, with Suge Knight as the executive producer on the album, alongside additional production from several record producers such as DJ Pooh, Daz Dillinger, Superfly, and LT Hutton, as well as guest appearances, from Charlie Wilson, Corrupt, Trey D, and Warren G, among others. This album has bangers, man. And it debuted at number 1 during the week of November 12th of 96, selling at 479,000 copies, but it failed to match the commercial success of Doggystyle, because Dre had left Death Row to his partner Suge Knight, who was indicted for racketeering at the time by the end of 96. The Doggfather was also released only 1 week after another Death Row release, which was the first posthumous album by Tupac, the Don Killuminati, The 7 Day Theory, which also debuted at number 1. Consequently, Snoop's second album stalled at sales of 2 million copies. And its inspiration, the name Doggfather, came from the 1972 The Godfather. So Snoop got that inspiration, as you all could see, the Godfather, kind of like the black and the white. Super cool though. Still a dope album, like I said. And this is an OG pressing. I did have a reissue, but hey, I played it on a previous turntable. It ruined it. I wasn't very impressed with that. But when I test this one, it played, and I only paid about like 20 or 30 bucks for an OG pressing when it first came out. No doubt about it. No doubt. And to let y'all know, in the year of 93, when Snoop and Dre began working on Doggystyle, which was also very popular and acclaimed, during the recording of Doggystyle, Snoop became a defendant in a murder case, which saw his acquittal shortly before this album release that I'm holding, which led him to no longer live the gangster lifestyle he portrayed in his records. And Dre, who was Death Row's in-house producer, had left earlier in 96 to start his own label, which led Snoop's first cousin, Daz Dillinger, to become the Death Row head producer. He worked on this album, the murder of Snoop's close friend and fellow rapper, label mate Tupac Shakur, in September of 96, who also weighed on him heavily. Shakur appears on the closing track, Outro, and under the name Machiavelli, which he began using a short while before his death. Other than that, though, still an amazing album. I'm still listening to it to this day. I'll show y'all. Yes, Tupac right there. Happy to own this LP in my collection. Shoot, if you love all the classics from Death Row Records, it was getting sold. I know a lot of people said this wasn't overly the best, but shoot, still get it. Still a great album. I still consider it dope. I like the Doggfather title track, especially featuring with Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band. This is just an amazing album. I'm always going to consider it amazing. This is a classic Snoop record. Shoot, it's classic compared to even today's stuff. Tell y'all that. Excuse the glitch, just ignore that. Other than that though, if you're a fan of old school rap, especially West Coast rap, definitely get this LP in your collection. I take everything of Death Row Records. What is your favorite song off the album? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and comment. Follow your boy Nerdy Red 23 for more videos. Be gladly to return back. God bless and stay safe. Keep bumping this album on your turntables. If you see it at your local record store or even get it online, just bump it. It's a dope album. I'm still listening to it. Peace, y'all.